we all get caught up in positions. Let's just get the best players we can and put them out there. And that's what we've always tried to do, and he fits that criteria. It's about good basketball players. Put as many good players on the court, get as many in this organization, and try to go get another trophy.
Warriors GM Bob Myers, the Warriors, an overwhelming favorite to repeat as NBA champions. But again, secret tunnel. Sixers GM burner Twitter account. You just don't know what's going to happen in any given season. When Cousins is healthy, the Warriors can send out a starting lineup, though, that features 5 All-Stars from last season. These are 5 guys who have all been All-Star starters. Amin, where is the gap between the Warriors and the rest of the NBA?
It's massive. It's as massive as it's been, but this wasn't what made it massive, I guess what I'm trying to say is. It was already massive, and if you didn't think that, then you weren't paying attention. The one team that really pushed them got worse. I mean, Houston got worse, but even then, if we said, hey, you're all healthy, Houston, last year in that series, and Golden State's all healthy, it probably doesn't get close, because Golden State, when they want to, they've reached that level of, when we want to, no one can hang with us.
Yeah, and that's why it helps them, one, to add new blood. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
DeMarcus, whenever he is healthy, I would imagine, be like, what are we doing, lollygagging, let's get going. But not only Houston getting worse with Ariza and Luke Richard and Mbah Moute moving on, but like the Cavs were their other kind of rival, and the Cavs are no longer on the face of the earth anymore in terms of being a rival of them.
By the way,
strong way to put it, but it's kind of
still on the face of the earth.
I went to the
As a rival of theirs, they're not.
Hole in the ground.
As a rival of theirs, they're not.
But you know, wow, not on the face of the earth.
As a rival.
We have some friends that are going to get on you for that. I would say that people in Boston would also argue with you that, hey, the Celtics have played the Warriors pretty tough the couple times, and they will be a stronger team themselves this season. I certainly do agree with Houston. It looks like right now they aren't as strong as they were last year, although I will give Daryl Morey credit when he says we were not the team in the playoffs that we were at the beginning of the season. They added Gerald Green in the middle of the season. They made other additions. He's like, I plan to do that again this year. It looks big.
I mean, but I don't sound crazy when I say it's not Cousins that made this gap.
Right, although to Dave's point, one thing that Bob said during the press conference today that I thought was interesting and calls back to something Steve Kerr has said a lot since the title of this season is that they did feel that there was this inertia in the locker room, especially having a bunch of older guys there as their sort of fringe players made that maybe even more of a factor. And so Steve Kerr kept saying, I want to get younger, I want to have hungry guys. Boogie isn't that young player, but Bob said today in the presser, he said, I'm telling you that 16 wins in the playoffs is something that, Boogie, you have never experienced before. And Bob's quote was, we're going to all live that through Boogie's eyes this year.
And I think it's important. Boogie fits the criteria of, so they were talking about guys like Jordan Bell and Patrick McCaw, and David West is trying to explain to them, no, you don't understand. This isn't the NBA. What you guys are experiencing is heaven. Guys like him have been around. He knows what fractured locker rooms are like and all that. So if you get 2 young guys, they don't know any better.
Right.
You get 2 old guys, they're not
can't contribute
the same way. And also, if they've been there for a while, all right, been there, done that. So you get a guy like Cousins. He's young enough to have that hunger, but also old enough to appreciate
He's seen some stuff.
He's seen some stuff.
He's seen some things.
Yeah.
Just 70 miles down the road, which don't think he hasn't noticed. He can do everything he's about to do within eyesight of Sacramento. He also, as we mentioned at the top of the show, told us all who his favorite new teammate is thus far. Here is the soundbite.
My favorite, by far, is Clay. I mean, our short time together, in the summers, like, for him to be as dull as he is, it's never a dull moment.
As dull as he is never a dull moment, is fabulous.
That's awesome.
This topic bar at the bottom is my nominee for Best Topic Bar of the Jump for the month of July, so yay for that, producers. And, I think on some teams, you really could not walk in your introductory press conference. I know, so good. You could not walk on in your introductory press conference onto a team in general, but certainly a team with 4 huge star players, and say, my favorite guy is this guy. That would cause like a little issue on most teams, not on this team, right?
He does provide
everyone's favorite
comic
player.
relief to everybody, which is actually really important in any locker room. Somebody not taking themselves too seriously. That's what the Spurs say is why they've been so successful over the years is, nobody has an ego, right? And Clay is the example of that, who realizes life is good, man. I'm gonna get open and shoot threes and travel the world, and he's great. I mean, we all know Michael Thompson to some extent. He certainly has that side of life from his father.
That's what I was gonna say. This is my goal, my bucket list is I want to produce a reality show around Michael and Clay.
Klay Thompson. Wow.
Especially when they're together, and you see, it's still kind of like a dad son, like Dad, So.
This is our next TV show within a show at the Jump.
Very good.
Yes. You can
Got the graphics
Executive
on it.
producer.
No Drake.
From the
Cowboy.
LeBron James 2.0.
Dun, dun, dun.